Okay. Right, come sit down then. Okay, so today, probably not on my leg though, darling, because you've got a poony bum. Today we're going to talk to you about basically Carly's homeschool curriculum. I mentioned that I was going to do it in one of my previous vlogs. I just didn't actually be able to do it well. I wasn't able to do it. Why? This was your present from Great Nana, wasn't it? Diary of a Young Girl. It's a little bit too advanced for Carly, but she likes to pick out the words that she can read, which is like his, so, to. And one day you'll notice you pick out lots of other words, won't you? So, where shall we begin? Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, the beginning was...
Why don't we start with the reason why Carly is homeschooled?
Yes.
The reason why Carly is homeschooled is generally due to the lack of help that Carly was able to get at her old school. I know some of you were thinking, well, if that's the case, why not send her to another? I wish it was that simple. Unfortunately, all the schools around our area are full, so they can't offer Carly a place. And then it would also be a little bit of a problem because really she would still not get her one-to-one help, which the paediatricians really wanted her to get, as they don't know what exactly is hindering Carly's sort of learning. One woman suspected it was ADHD. We don't know if that's true, but either way they can't get the funding without this particular diagnosis. So that led me on to looking at homeschooling her. After, I think it was like the second day, Carly finally sort of settled in, and that's when she opened up, and you mentioned about the bullies, wasn't you?
And once I was crying.
You was crying, wasn't you?
What can I do with it? Because Nelly does, in year one, yeah, we was doing something what I could not do, she just shoved the book in my face.
And this is a teacher. Wow. She wasn't classed as a teacher, she was just a learning support teacher or something. Yeah. But we're not going to go into that because that in itself, it angers me a lot because I thought quite high of this woman. But for our curriculum, we're trying to stick to a school-based curriculum because for year 7, secondary school or high school, whichever you want to call it, I really do want Carly to try to go back into a school. We're going to give her year 7 as a trial, see how she goes. If she still struggles or she really doesn't like it, I'm going to have to seek advice. Because I want her to be happy, because if she's not going to be happy, she's not going to learn, she's not going to soak up all the information. So, for English, we have... It's for years 1 and 2 comprehensions. This is my book, the teacher's book. Inside you have your DVD, which you stick in your computer, and it's got lots of online content. So long as you're connected to the internet, this CD is very, very useful. It has ready print-outable versions of worksheets. So it's like here, we did about the gingerbread man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You quite liked this because the sheet that I printed out, Carly also coloured in. And it was looking at who was in the story, what were they doing, and where were they. So Carly had to identify all these sorts of things. They have really good little sheets like this one. He's not too snappy. They've got questions. Obviously at this particular stage, most children should be able to read a lot of what's on the page. However, Carly struggles still, so she needs that extra one-to-one to help her work out what the sentence says. So, I mean, I could cheat. I could just say, what is the boy doing in the bath? but I like Carly to try and read the sentence herself, so I prompt her, and then after the sentence we then read it again. So that's our comprehension book. They do the matching book for students, which is the workbook. I haven't actually let Carly write in the actual books. I actually photocopy and stick them in her folder. This is generally due to if I have any other children in the future, whether it's biological or if I adopt. I am also thinking of fostering. I want them to be able to learn as well. So that in itself, that's a completely different subject, but that is my two main English books for comprehension wise. I also have, from the same series, spelling and vocabulary. Now, again, it's got your little DVD. I see that by the worksheet. Okay, so you've got like your general worksheet here, which got a picture of a boy in the bath, and it looks like the word you've got to spell is bath, and she has to then work out whether it's a sh, ch, or th, or ng sound that go at the end of these words. Now, at first, Carly found it a little bit tricky with some of them, but she can now do that one very well. And just like the comprehension book, they do have the student workbook, which they're all in these little funky colours, which I think is brilliant, well worth every penny. You can get these on Amazon. I think the student books, they range from like £6. The teaching books range from £14 used. All of mine are used apart from the workbooks. But generally, if you buy them brand spanking new, don't know if it'll zoom in on it, but they're supposed to be £30. I don't know what that is in US dollars, but £30 to me is a hell of a lot of money. So Amazon it's just brilliant in my case. For handwriting, we've been using the Schofields and Sims. She's only got the first book at the moment. There is a second book that focuses again for Key Stage 1 and 2. Once she's almost completed this, again I've photocopied everything inside it for any of those future children that I may have. I'm ambitious, aren't I? I want more children. Don't mess, come this side. Why don't you bring your bunny and your chocolate bar? So they're the ones that we've been working on at the moment. I will show you what she's going to be working on just after Christmas. That's just English. For maths, where is your maths binder?
Maths binder.
Oh, just go in that middle drawer. It's that very middle drawer at the top. I think it's in there. You know, the one where you've been doing your maths. That's the one on top.
The diary?
You can bring the diary as well, yeah. So yeah, math-wise, the very first book I tried her on was this one here. I picked this up from our local Wilkinson store, or Wilco's as we call it. It's for Key Stage 1, ages 5 and 6, and this particular one, it's got phonics, it's got all sorts in it, but we've basically been trying to focus at the moment on the maths side of it. She has done a lot of the phonics in there, but this is before homeschool really began. I was doing this while she was still at mainstream. But there's like, yeah, a simple addition. You got 1 out of 4 and she had to draw the 4 crayons, things like that. And we was using an abacus with the beads to work these out. And she really, really likes doing those. Later we found, again in our Wilco store, a book that should be £8. We got it for £2 and it's just fantastic. It's laid out brilliantly, and at the moment we've just got to the point where she's at a test, if I can find it. This is the test. We photocopied this and let her do a practice test to see if she was ready for it. If she wasn't, we'd go back, like basically go backwards and redo everything. Which that's what we're doing at the moment, isn't it? Because you were struggling with doubling up, which I'm pleased to say you've just about got on your own now, haven't you? Ugh, that didn't come out right. You've got your doubling up now on your own. She did very, very well on that. We've got like the fact families to deal with next. And again, I'll show you the books that we'll be looking into after Christmas. For our topic wise, because it will be quite boring for a child just to do your worksheets like that. You want to try and stimulate their minds on things that interest them. When we first started homeschool, Carly was at school doing the human body, which I didn't realise, and I actually picked for her to do the human body. So we started doing all about the human body. We then moved on to like, I think it was the brain next.
The brain.
Then we moved on to like the brain, then we was doing the lungs. But then she knew a lot of already what I was talking about, so we briefly skipped the body, as she was also doing it in brownies as well, so it was just like human body overload. And I didn't want her to get bored. So we've now recently just started at the beginning of this week, which we're now Sunday at the end of the week, we've started doing our planet, and we've looked all about the atmosphere, what's inside planet Earth, how the atmosphere protects us on a day-to-day basis, how it keeps us warm, how it keeps us cool. And Carly then had to write down lots of interesting fact sheets, which are in this folder here. All of Carly's completed work is in this folder. Now, when she came home from school at the end of year 2, her like workbooks and things like that, they were just not that full, to be fair. So I kind of began to wonder, was she actually doing anything while she was at school? And I'm still a little bit sceptical. This is when she was doing about the human body. She actually started writing paragraphs, and I would photocopy bits out of the book and talk about what we did on those particular pages. All this is, that's Mummy's version of the human body. That's Carly's version of the human body. So here you can see the brain, the lungs, the heart, the liver, the stomach. You got your large intestine and your small intestine. She did like doing about the human body. This is her brain, and she tried to single out like the certain areas of the brain. This is a swimming pool that she did at Brownies. I just thought it was quite cute and quaint, so I put that in there as well. When we did a little bit of religion, because we were looking at like a Sunday school for her, which Carly does attend Sunday school normally. It's just today, it's the first Sunday of the month, so Sunday school isn't on, and she doesn't want to sit in the full service.
Oh, no.
There was just a random picture she did outside of school that she was naming parts of the body. But this is the one that we started with. The book that we use for all of our topics is the Usborne Children's Encyclopedia. It has over 800 links to websites, video clips and games for homework and things. It's absolutely fantastic. Can you please put the milk away before you spill it everywhere, please? Carly? And this is one of the games that she played. She had to basically make the human planet. Carly, I'm not going to ask you again, sweetheart. You've already had a reaction to milk. You do not need milk. Carly's lactose intolerant, by the way. She can only handle so much dairy, and 2 days ago I noticed she started coming out with spots, so I'm having to take her off the dairy for a little bit. So Carly completed this puzzle with Mummy's help, because it was quite tricky. Even I was a little bit like, oh, crumbs, whereabouts on this blue globe are we supposed to stick things? Because they didn't give you any like sort of hints, just like a little flash, and then we realised there was a show hint button. But it took her, with my help, 2 minutes 52, and she found it really, really interesting, and it left you a little space where Mummy could type, which was quite good. Here she's done about the crust. She drew a little picture. We've got the mantle. But all of this, it's like, a lot of people are like, oh, well, why are you teaching her things that aren't going to get her a job and things like that? This is getting her to write, so this is also helping her learn the handwriting techniques, things like that. And it's also really it's inspiring her to find out what she wants to be when she's older, which no one knows. I mean, she's 7, her mind might change. So the more topics I cover, the more she'll find interesting, the more inspiration she'll get. And then when she's hitting towards secondary school, at least then I can look into roughly what career path she wants. The other day I asked her if she could draw planet Earth, which we used a compass. That was quite fun, wasn't it? Because you made planet Earth, and then I said to her that she could create another planet using Earth as an example. So she created Cotton Candy Planet. So we've got cotton candy for the sea, and then we've got lots of different candies for the continents, which is quite cool, isn't it? So again, that's just the topic side. In this folder, we have a lot of different topics. Ooh, so that's like your topic and RE. These are the handwriting sheets, things like that she does. This is the spelling and vocabulary side, and then we've got English. And then, along with those math workbooks, we also have the math section. Now, when Carly came to me back from school and we basically had to restart everything, the problem we had was she's now classed as a year 3, which is like 7 and 8 year olds, and she's expected to be able to do a lot of things in her head. The problem is that, well, you are doing some things now in your head.
Like,
The problem we've got was you didn't get the basics, did you, sweetie?
like 2 + 2 is 4.
Like 2 + 2 is 4. When Carly first started homeschool, you did not know what 2 + 2 was.
I keep saying the wrong answers.
She just kept guessing. She had no idea. The numbers meant nothing to her, which was when you then, our lovely uncle managed to find Carly a nice tutor, and she got her some Numicon. And now it's like, maths is just a breeze for you at the minute, isn't it? It's just getting you to work it all out yourself.
And where is that pink meat from?
So that's what she's doing. That's what she's doing at the moment. Reading wise, we've been getting a level 1 books for the Ladybird, and for Julia Donaldson books, she's on a level 2.
Yeah.
But people keep staring at my plants. Can we not put Bunny in the frame? That's just rude.
Bunny is so rude sometimes.
Yeah.
Though.
That's what we've been doing just recently. Every day we generally also write a diary as to what we've done in a day, and that's like when we're on holiday and moving. So every day we sort of like chart out. 5th of November, that was yesterday. Today. It's like tomorrow it says I'm at the doctors and the counsellors, so it's like I probably won't do a huge amount with her tomorrow. It'll probably just be like reading, and then she'll pick it up on Saturday. But that's what we've hit so far. What we're going to be doing after Christmas is we're going to try and up her game a little, because the work she's doing at the minute is reception in year 1. So we're going to bring in more year 1 work. So we've got phonics, which was supplied by my uncle. We've got handwriting. We've got reading and writing and spelling. However, I think she might find this one a little bit too tricky still, because she's still trying to spell 4 and 5 letter words. But I think it would be good to like sort of look into a little bit more. We'll be doing multiplication and division, times tables, addition and subtraction, and we'll be looking into a little bit of science, because science sort of inspires Carly, but a lot of her science will probably be coming from the encyclopedia I showed you. She'll still be doing her maths workbook, which that is at the moment her sort of favourite one. With her maths, that one is probably the most, I'd say the most difficult one for her, because she's never really had a lot of confidence in it. She's gained a lot of confidence in the past 8 weeks that we've been doing homeschool, so I'm quite confident that her confidence will grow. Outside of school, like after school, she generally has so many groups that she goes to, so that she has her children interaction, because everybody's just like, she's not going to see her friends, she's not going to want to do this, she doesn't want to do that, and it's just a big load of rubbish. It's crazy. I mean, people can survive when they're on their own. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how to speak to people. It's crazy. I mean, we watch telly, we see how people socialise on telly. It drives me nuts when people throw that one in my face. But she does actually attend Brownies every Monday, and there's quite a few kids in Brownies. She's made lots and lots of new friends. She also has like cousins. She's also got my friend's children who are 7 and 4, I think. Is Evie 3 or 4? I think I'm not sure. She's either 3 or 4. Then there's Ellie, who's 3. She's got lots of like younger children to play with, as that's actually where Carly's mindset is at the moment. But she also has swimming club, where there's all of her friends from there that she sees. So I mean, she's got plenty of time to socialise. She's also got Sunday school, and then we're not recluses. We go to the park all the time of the year. We don't care if it's cold. We will still go to the park and play on the swings. So socialisation's not really a big issue. And if you're homeschooling and that's all you get, it's one of those most frustrating things. But just ignore them. It's the only way that you'll get through your day-to-day life. And then you get the people in town. Oh, you should be at school. She is at school. She's homeschooled. That's funny. But yeah, that is all of Carly's homeschool sort of curriculum. I suppose I could quickly show you her bookcase. Oof. She has, this is more like the religion sort of side of stuff. She's got her encyclopedias, we've got Inside the Body, we've got Dinosaurs, Whales, Big Book of Learning, Religions, Russian, which is one of my old books. It's not really a subject I'm teaching her. Stop being there, crazy. We've got more little workbooks. These ones are a little bit too easy for her. They're at 3 to 5. So, but I'm keeping them just on the off chance I ever do have those children that I really want to have. You've mixed all these up. This is supposed to be her school curriculum work reading books. So we've got your Biff, Chip and Kipper. Can you not pull on my clothes, please? You've got the Osborne phonic readers, a big selection of Oxford Reading Tree. So she's got lots of books there. And then we also go to the library and get new books every week. And then she's also got the Leapfrog tag system. So she's got the magic pen that she reads on. She's knocked all these books over this morning. These books I read, like yesterday we read The Gruffalo's Child. I think one of her favourite books is The Smartest Giant in Town, actually. So yeah, we've got lots and lots of books, and then under here we usually keep the colouring books, things like that. So she's got lots and lots and lots of learning stuff, haven't you?
And books.
And books. Where's your headband gone? You look so pretty with it on.
It was hurting my ears right there.
Was it?
And I also got Disney Junior books.
You have got Disney Junior books. So what would you say is your favourite part of being homeschooled?
My favourite part is reading books.
You like reading?
Bookworm.
You are a bookworm,
Well,
aren't you?
I got a good game when it's kind of learning. It's counting. It's called this kind of thing.
It's snakes and ladders.
Snakes and ladders, you just have to roll the dice and count.
Yeah, and if you land on a snake, you go down, don't you? Yeah. And if you land on a ladder, you can climb up the ladder.
Oh, I thought you taught the snake.
No, you go down the snakes.
Well, if you like
Oh, I hope you enjoyed our little vlog today. We are doing another main vlog. This is going to be a separate part of the vlog, so stay tuned and you will see more of the main vlog. Goodbye.
Goodbye.